In this video we are going to talk about dimensional modeling. These are the topics we are going to cover. So what is dimensional approach, what are the types of dimensional approach available, and what are the differences between the different types of dimensional approach. So what are the key factors we need to consider while choosing the approach. Let us get into the detail. So before getting into the dimensional approach, let's try to understand the basic information. What is the dimension? The dimension is a non-quantifiable value, or it's something categorized information or viewpoint for making the analysis or reporting. We'll see in next slide. And what the example for dimensions are location, product, and date. And let's take a case study. So an organization has been running for the past few years. They're having the data, reporting data with analysis. They're going to review the revenue growth based on the location, date, and product dimensions. So first, when you take the location, so there could be different hierarchy will be there. So India, within the India itself, so you can see Chennai, Delhi, and Bangalore places are there. So within the India, so I can see the revenue growth for Chennai, revenue growth for Delhi, then revenue growth for Bangalore. So this is called hierarchy information, and we can able to drill into very detailed level. So where city level revenue growth I can see, country level revenue growth I can see. The next, when you combine the location and the date dimension, so here it will be look. So within India, for Chennai city and 2014 year, so what's my revenue for Jan month, February month, and March month. So these hierarchical informations we can do with the along with the dimensions. So dimensions plays major roles for creating more reports and as well as the data mining. So here it will be dimensional approach happens. So location, product, dimensions are there. So the data of location will be stored into location dimension, product table will be stored into product dimension, date dimension table will be stored into date dimension table, and the reporting information, so whatever the revenue details will be available in the revenue table, so that's called the fact table. So how it will be linked? So here we have location, product, and date, revenue is there. So now we need to have the some connectivity between these three dimensions and revenue table. So first make the connection between these three tables along with the use of foreign key. So that's all about dimensional approach. So where we will be identifying the dimensions and fact table and linking the fact table and the dimension tables. So what are the types of dimensional approach having? So star schema and snowflake schema. Let's start with the star schema. So the star schema will be look like a star. So here you can see the fact table will be fit at the center point, and the surrounding the dimension table will be mapped. So from the primary key of dimension table will be referenced in fact table as a foreign key. So it looks like a star. We are calling it as a star schema. So this is a exact example what we are having now. Here you can see product dimension having product ID as a primary key, and product ID is a foreign key in revenue table. So likewise date and location dimension. how we can make Snowflake schema from the star schema itself. So here we can take an example of date dimension itself. So date dimension is having data ID, year and month. Instead of storing the month values in month column, I'm going to create a new table, month and month ID, and this month ID primary key will be referenced into date table. So here the thing what we have to understand is here month also dimension table and data also dimension table. Month and data referenced with month ID. At the same time, so here we are replacing the city with the city table. This is how it looks. Finally what happens is country table will have reference with the city dimension, year dimension will have reference with the month dimension. It looks like a snowflake spreaded across. So that this type of schema is called snowflake schema. A dimension table may or may not have reference with other dimension table. If the dimension table, none of the dimension table have do not have any relationship with the dimension table, that schema is called star schema. If any of the dimension table have relationship with other dimension table, that is called snowflake schema. These are the difference between star and snowflake schema. As it performance wise, yes, star schema will be more than snowflake, since there is no relationship between the dimension to dimension table, so the data will be fetched faster, and the complexity of query will be lesser in star schema than snowflake, since it has dimension table reference with other dimensions, and the joins will be very more, and the database size will be star schema will consume more size, since it does not follow the normalization process. And normalization, so it will be data will be stored in a denormalized format in star schema, and data will be stored in more normalized format in snowflake schema. I will explain about the database size and normalization now. So here you can see, as part of what we have done as part of star schema is we have stored the data with month value itself, month column. So when we store the month column, it's with a string varchar, so that case it will occupy more size. So when you do like this, it will be the size will be reduced, so by using a normalization activity. Thank you.